Welcome to Car Swag. Alright, buckle up, buttercups, because today we're talking about a car that didn't just break the mold, it took the mold, launched it into orbit, and then built a giant wing to catch it on the way down. We're talking about the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. This wasn't just a car, it was a middle finger to physics, a high-octane hold my beer, and a certified legend all rolled into one impossibly long nose cone. Forget subtle, forget understated. This thing rolled off the assembly line screaming, "Look at me!" And nobody, I mean nobody, could ignore it. Imagine you're in the late 60s, early 70s. Muscle cars are kings, but the real war? That was on the NASCAR track. These beasts were hitting speeds that made engineers sweat and accountants cry. Plymouth was getting their doors blown off by Ford, especially their radical aero cars. So, what do when you're getting smoked? You don't just build a faster car. You build a car that looks like it just flew in from another planet. You build a car that looks like it's trying to outrun its own shadow. And that, my friends, is how the Superbird landed. This wasn't some design committee's idea sporty. This was pure, unadulterated, wind-cheating purpose. The Superbird got that wild pointed nose cone because aerodynamics said so. It sliced through the air like a hot knife through butter, or more accurately, like a peregrine falcon through a flock of pigeons. And that colossal, towering rear wing? Oh, that wasn't for looks. That was to keep this land missile glued to the track at speeds that would make your grandma clutch her pearls and say a prayer. It was so big, you could probably serve Thanksgiving dinner on it if you dared to get that close while it was moving. Now, let's talk about the vibe. The Superbird wasn't just fast, it was obnoxious in the best possible way. This thing had I don't care what you think energy cranked up to 11. It was the kid who wore sunglasses indoors, the guy who brought a pet alligator to a black tie event. It was a caricature of speed, a cartoon drawn to life. And that's exactly why we love it. The sleeper energy meter for this bad boy, it's buried so deep in the sended zone, it's practically drilling for oil. There's nothing subtle about it. You see this thing coming, and you know exactly what kind of party is about to start. The rules back then for NASCAR were wild. To race a car, you had to sell a certain number of them to the public. Homologation, they called it. So Plymouth built these road-legal race cars, complete with horns that sounded like the Roadrunner cartoon, just to be able to compete. Imagine walking into a dealership in 1970, looking for a sensible family sedan, and seeing this bright blue winged monster parked right next to it. It was like finding a fighter jet in a car wash. The Superbird was a marketing stunt, a racing weapon, and an instant icon all at once. And that wing, man, it wasn't just tall, it was functional. It created downforce that kept the rear tires biting, especially in those high-speed turns. But it also meant you had a rear-view mirror-mounted asterisk on the wing, because otherwise it was all you'd see. Talk about commitment to the bit. This car had more personality than most Hollywood actors. It was loud, proud, and unapologetically fast. It was the kind of car that made other muscle cars look like they were still trying to figure out how to tie their shoes. This wasn't a dad car. This was a bad car with a capital B. The kind of car that made your neighbors call the cops just because it existed. But could you daily it? Would you daily it is usually a fun thought experiment. With the Superbird? Probably not without serious commitment and a very understanding chiropractor. Imagine trying to parallel park this thing or navigate a drive-thru. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole if the square peg also had a giant spoiler and a beak. You'd be the talk of the town for sure, but probably also the cause of several traffic jams. Still, the swagger of pulling up to the grocery store in a Superbird? Unbeatable. The Superbird's reign was short but incredibly sweet. It was so effective, so dominant, that NASCAR actually changed the rules because of it, and its winged cousin, the Dodge Daytona. They basically said, okay, that's enough. No more cars that look like they're about to take flight. It was too much car for the track and arguably too much car for the street. It was a victim of its own success, a legend too powerful to be contained. And that, my friends, is the mark of a true icon. It didn't just win races, it changed the game, forced new rules, and became a symbol of peak American muscle car ingenuity and audacity. So, when you see a Superbird today, understand what you're looking at. It's not just a classic car. It's a piece of history. It's a statement. It's a shout. It's a glorious winged monument to a time when car designers were allowed to be absolutely bonkers, all in the pursuit of speed. It parks like a gentleman and leaves like a headline. It's a car that dared to be different, dared to be extreme, and dared to win. And for that, it will forever hold a special place in the pantheon of automotive legends. What's your favorite wild aero car from the muscle car era? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this dive into a true American legend, don't forget to hit subscribe at @cr._swag. More legends to roast and toast, one clean photo at a time.